Well, we could talk about the new Pope, but let's talk song. Today I'm going to listen to Miley Cyrus's End of the World, advance single for the album Something Beautiful, coming out on the 30th of May. Of course, my analysis of Flowers more than 2 years ago was one of my first YouTube videos, which is why Miley Cyrus is still very important to me. I really want to know how her songwriting skills advanced. So without further ado, let's get going. That's cool already! Starting with a brilliant hook that I hope will come back in the course of the song. Ba-da-da-da-boom. Let's find the key first. I think it's the key of D flat. Let's listen to the hook again. Super simple, 1 and 5 as the chords of this intro hook, 1 being the D flat major and the 4 chord being the G flat major, and the beautiful melody that we are going to analyze in a sec. Ba-dum! Really cool, with that tiny motif of 2 notes only, ba-dum, that we then move down, ba-dum, also advancing it a little bit. So first we have it on the downbeat, ba-dum, 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 and then on the backbeat, yes, so it's 1 motif on the 1 and 1 motif on the 4. Ba-dum, 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 and then going down, really beautiful. That was a cute little ABBA reference that I must understand. So the chord definitely changes from the 4 chord to the 5 chord, but the piano does something really cool. Probably also, yes. That's so ABBA. So we start with and then we do, or I think it's this. A beautiful thing. Let's explain this in a second. So we do the very classic 1-4-5 cadence, only that on the 5 chord we start with what we could interpret as a sus4 13 thing, or we could just say that this is the D flat major chord, the 1 chord with 5 and bass, that then resolves to that, or not really resolves, but moves to the 5 chord. And this one then resolves to. So very classical, very traditional, and a very cool wink at the great songwriters that ABBA used to be in the 70s. So if you're one of the biggest pop stars of the present times, you should be aware of the past, which is what Miley Cyrus definitely is.
Today you woke up and you told me that you wanted to cry.
That's also ABBA, right? What is that? Is that Mamma Mia? It's Mamma Mia, yes? So I'm getting ABBA vibes all over the place.
Today you woke up and you told me that you wanted to cry.
Cry! This is ABBA line. Let's analyze the melody. Okay, so really cool. Compared to the intro hook, we have a relatively small range. We start on the 3. And then we land on the 3 of the 4 chord, right? So the 2 rock solid notes are the major thirds of the chords, nothing unusual, and we simply move down from one to the other. Today you woke me up and today you woke up and you told me that you wanted to cry. Long line, consisting of 15 syllables. I'm really curious to find out whether she accepts the 15-syllable challenge or does something totally different.
The sky was falling like a comet on the 4th of July.
Exactly same lines, so yes, she accepted and completed the 15-syllable challenge. The sky was falling like a comet on the 4th of July, creating a beautiful AA rhyming pattern with 2 super long and super hooky verse lines.
Baby, you've been thinking
This I must understand what happened there. They have got a really cool transition that I don't get. Boom, boom. I don't know.
Baby, you've been thinking about the future like it's already yours.
Wow.
Show me how you
And I must understand the transition because it reappears all the time. So this is probably the pre-chorus.
Baby, you've been thinking about the future like it's already yours.
Is it this? Is it a 2 minor 4 transition thing where they do... Might be, okay? So let's just say for now that the transition is a 2 minor 4, 2 hits on the 3 and 4, bum bum, with that. And then the first chord of the pre-chorus is a 5 chord. Then we move to the 2. And then we move back to the 5, I believe. And I think she does, baby, you've been thinking about the future like it's already yours. So 16 syllables in the pre-chorus, something that is very, very ambitious as well.
Baby, you've been thinking about the future like it's already yours.
Melodic range gets smaller and smaller, baby. Right? This time highlighting the 5th of the chord. Baby, you've been thinking about the future like it's already yours.
Show me how you'd hold me if tomorrow wasn't coming for sure.
Really cool reharm thing here.
Show me how you'd hold me if tomorrow wasn't coming for sure.
Wow. Okay, so what they do here is remember that in the first half of the pre-chorus we had that 5 chord. We start with the 5 chord as well in the second half of the pre-chorus, only that we introduce a reharm option in the middle where we suddenly play the 3 minor, which is a reharm option for the 5 chord, and then we land on probably a 4 chord, which is really hard to spot because this is when everything breaks down. Something that we've seen a lot in 2025 pop music, the breakdown of everything before the chorus kicks in with a very, very strong pickup hook, which is something that Miley Cyrus knows and performs here. Nothing?
Let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
Let's pretend that's almost conversational, right?
Let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
And the chorus is apparently a whoa, whoa, whoa thing that we know from the intro.
Let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
Repetition of the title, always a very good idea, with everything pick up until the word world. Let's pretend it's not the end of the world. And with word we start this intro hook. ABBA.
Let's spend the dollars you've been saving on a Mercedes-Benz.
Interesting. Verse 2. Everything the same. So 15 syllable challenge. Let's spend the dollars you've been saving on a Mercedes-Benz. But the chords don't change. We don't do that 1 to 4 thing that we know in the verse. Listen to the bass. That doesn't do anything at all or doesn't move anywhere.
Let's spend the dollars you've been saving on a Mercedes-Benz.
Unusual.
And throw a party like McCartney with some help on my friends.
And again the bass line stays the same. I think the arrangement Does that? What a cool line. And throw a party like McCartney with some help from our friends. This is intricate songwriting. So it's the 15-syllable challenge. We introduce Paul McCartney, then we kind of rhyme the word McCartney with party, and then we quote a song from the Beatles with a little help from my friend. This is a booster line like no other.
Yeah, let's go down to Malibu and watch the sun fade out once more.
She likes the word Malibu, and I think she used to live there. Pre-chorus.
Show me how you'd hold me if tomorrow was coming for sure.
Interesting thing. Yeah, let's go down to Malibu and watch the sun fade out once more. I expect 16 syllables. Yeah, let's go down to Malibu and watch the sun fade out once more. Okay, she does that out thing over 2 syllables. She stops a little bit in the second line where she does...
Show me how you'd hold me if tomorrow was coming for sure.
There is a short rest after tomorrow. Show me how you'd hold me if tomorrow was coming for sure. Okay, almost a prosodic element, as if she wanted to say, well, we can wait all we want for it, it's coming for sure, just like the melodic phrase. I think she is that good.
Let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
We had a really little cute new harmonic option there with the let's pretend it's not the end of the world pickup.
Let's pretend it's not.
I think she goes down to the 2 minor, at least the bass.
Let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
What a great hook!
Not the end of the world.
Tiny thing, but she lifts the last let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
Let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
End of the world, right? Making everything a bit more optimistic. Let's pretend it's not the end of the world, which is why the melody has to lift us up as well. This is a recycled element from verse number 1. The sky is falling like a comet now. Totally different phrasing, but basically it's the sky was falling like a comet on the 4th of July that we already know from verse 1. Listen to this.
The sky was falling like a comet on the 4th of July.
That now becomes this recycled post-chorus 2 or bridge element. Cool reharm thing. So everything before that was 1/4. Everything we know. And then we do... starting on the 6 minor, I believe. Is it 6 minor, 2 minor, 4? And bring back the ABBA quote. So the reharm option, after hearing this 1/4 thing that we already know from the chorus, is then 6 minor, 2 minor, 4 and 5 with that ABBA tail. Really nice recycling of all that little tiny musical ideas that she develops in the course of the song. What a cool thing. So this is now certainly the primary bridge that says... It takes us back to the pre-chorus, right? It's a little bit like...
Yeah, let's go down to Malibu and watch the sun fade out once more.
That now becomes... Ooh, let's go to Paris, I don't care if we get lost in the scene. The chords is kind of the same as with the pre-chorus, I think. We start on the 5, certainly.
Make the city like Picasso would have done it in dreams.
5, 2 minor, 4. I think this is what we heard in the pre-chorus, I don't remember. Really beautiful lyrics. Ooh, let's go to Paris, I don't care if we get lost in the scene. Paint the city like Picasso would have done in his dreams. So a little historic reference as well. I think the melody stays the same.
Make the city like Picasso would have done it in dreams. Through the
I think we go up with scene.
let's go to Paris, I don't care if we get
What if we get lost in the scene? Another cool ABBA line. And this dreams thing she takes down.
Paint the city like Picasso would have done in his dreams.
Dreams.
That we were way too terrified of before.
And this I must understand in terms of harmony and also in terms of lyrics, because there is a cool thing hidden there as well.
That we were way too terrified of before.
Another thing that we know from before is 5-3 minor as the reharm option for 5, and then 2 minor 4. What I wanted to mention in the lyrics is do the things that we were way too terrified of before. Including this way has no content importance whatsoever. It's just for the sake of phrase lengths, which is a really cool thing to consider. Do the things that we were too terrified of before simply lacks one syllable when we want to mirror everything that was said before, which is why she includes that way thing, because she knows she needs that extra syllable. Another repetition of that primary bridge again. This time she doesn't want us to go to Paris, but to Nirvana. We can take it too far. And this is certainly something that we knew from the pre-chorus. Is it even... Show me how you'd hold me if tomorrow was coming for sure?
Show me how you'd hold me if tomorrow was coming for sure.
Was in pre-chorus number 2, and this now becomes hold me close, you know tomorrow isn't coming for sure.
Tomorrow isn't coming for sure. Let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
And the hook does not come back. Let's pretend it's not the end of the world, but it deceives us. And the hook does not come back, at least not right away. Another cool thing in the primary bridge, little tiny gems hit the bottom of the bottle and forget who we are. So a little alliteration that she introduces to make the repetition of the primary bridge also attractive in terms of lyrics.
Pretend it's not the end of the world.
What she did here is she builds only with the dominant chord. So all we hear is that A flat. And now she did something new.
Let's pretend it's not the end.
6 minor 4 5, a whole new section. Primary bridge number 2, I don't really know, with that new hook, not new lyric hook because we know that already, but melody hook.
Let's pretend.
Ba-da-dum, certainly not a chord note. What a beautiful tension, right? So the melody is let's pretend, but the chord is B flat minor, okay? So the C normally is not in the key of, or in the chord of B flat minor, I should say. It's rather the 9 of the chord, making everything juicy and magical.
Let's pretend.
And sky's falling in the background, recycling all the motifs that we've established. Interesting that they would bring back the intro hook with the dominant chord as the underlying foundation. So this is a totally new color that we give to the intro, right? Oh, normally it would have been very positive, very optimistic, very let's pretend it's not the end of the world, and we reharm this and now suddenly do changing the color completely, right? So this is different, certainly. All the motifs. Really cool reharm. I think we had this with 6 minor, 2 minor, 4. and a really magical musical interlude that I'm sure will lead to the next song once the album is out. So this was End of the World by Miley Cyrus, and I'm sure we can take away valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number 1 is about a whoa whoa chorus. Now, if you've got a strong hook like this, whoa, oh, why not just make it your chorus hook and forget about the lyrics altogether? And once you've established this chorus hook, make sure to bring it back in the intro and in the primary bridge and in the outro, so that the whole song is basically one strong hook. Songwriting learning number 2 is a rediscovery of a pre-chorus tool, which is the pre-chorus drop. So apparently it's a thing of 2025 pop music to include that pre-chorus drop, where we basically have no instrumental arrangement whatsoever, and then have a very, very strong pickup melody introduce the chorus hook with this "Let's pretend it's not the end of the world." Let's listen to the drop.
Coming for sure. Let's pretend it's not the end of the world.
Right? With everything kicking in really hard. And songwriting learning number 3 is about recycling of lyrical and melodic motifs throughout the song. We had this very, very notably with that "Sky is Falling" thing that we know from the verse that sounded like this.
The sky was falling like a comet on the 4th of July.
Which in itself is kind of a lyrical hook, and Miley Cyrus was aware of that and brings that back. For example, here. Just introducing a new improvised hook. And also... Right? Always "The Sky's Falling." What have we got here? The thing that we knew already. So this is a very, very good way to recycle one, in that case, lyrical / melodic motif. And she does that with the "Let's Pretend" as well, which suddenly becomes this "Let's pretend." Was it this? Like this, "Let's pretend," right? That is just one recycled element from the title of the song, from this chorus pickup, "Let's pretend it's not the end of the world." And this was my reaction and on-the-fly analysis of Miley Cyrus's "End of the World." If you liked this video, please make sure to give me the thumbs up, to subscribe to the channel, to leave friendly comments, also telling me whether you would like me to do a full album on-the-fly analysis for Something Beautiful by Miley Cyrus, or if this is not your cup of tea. Please take a look at the almost but not quite complete guide to songwriting available at spectreacademy.net if you want to take your songwriting to the next level and know more about 15-syllable challenges, alliterations, and pick-up chorus intro hooks. I guess we've talked song. You can talk about the new Pope now. Bye bye!